Sorry, I just realized I was muted for this whole time. Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour. Bienvenue au cours de français communautaire. Je m'appelle Monsieur Léo et je suis votre prof de français ce matin. Je suis tellement content de vous voir ici. Et oui, j'espère que vous passerez une bonne leçon aujourd'hui. I hope that you will have a great lesson today. And as you can see from the title, we are learning about les traits de caractère. Les traits. Qu'est-ce que c'est les traits? Usually people in life, they have more than one trait. So, or like more than one description. So that's why we have les traits de caractère. Caractère. Qu'est-ce que c'est caractère? Character. Very good. So we're talking about character traits or characteristic traits. So we'll look into that further in today's lesson. And yeah, well, so bienvenue. So sorry about the little technical difficulty. I was going to use my headphones this morning, and I don't know what happened. The microphone was not working on them. So, bon, so here we are. Très bien. Bon. Now, I'm going to ask you two questions. Je vais vous demander deux questions aujourd'hui, c'est ça. Hop. Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? Répétez après moi. Répétez. Repeat. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi, le 3 décembre 2020. Répétez. Repeat. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi, le 3 décembre 2020. I'm so used to saying Novembre because it felt like Novembre was so long. But yeah, here we are. Et aussi, c'est ça. Quel temps fait-il? Quel temps fait-il? Aujourd'hui, il fait chaud, il fait froid, il fait humide. Voilà. So, bon, aujourd'hui, quel temps fait-il? Il fait soleil. Il fait froid. Oui, il fait froid. J'ai lu les températures ce matin et je pensais que c'était 22 degrés Fahrenheit. Mon Dieu, c'est tellement froid. I looked at the temperature this morning, I think it's at 32 degrees. So, very cold. So, bon, how do I say? So, il fait froid. Très bien. Il n'y a pas de neige. There's no snow yet. So, bon, très bien. So those are the two questions that I'm going to ask you today. And then let's get into our lesson. So let's lire ensemble first. Let's read together. Let me jump in. Okay, très bien. Bon. So we're working on vocabulaire today. We're going to be vocabulaire et grammaire. Vocabulary and grammar. Les traits de caractère. This is the title of our video this morning. We're going to be learning a bunch of ways to describe someone. So let us start. Amorphe. Amorphe means apathetic. Discret, discrète, discreet, doué, talented. Now, the reason why they have an E right there, après le premier E, c'est parce que masculin et féminin. En fait, il y a deux genres qu'un mot peut avoir. There's two genders that a word can have. Doux et douce, just like here. Doux, douce, masculine, feminine. Gentle. Dynamique, energetic. Fier, proud. Fou, folle, crazy. Génial, amazing. Honnête, honest. Humble. Hypocrite, hypocritical. Maniaque, compulsive or maniac. Méchant, méchante, mean. Paresseux, paresseuse, lazy. Sociable, sociable. Sympathique ou sympa, nice. Now, the reason why you will see two words next to each other is because there's masculine and feminine. Or right here, avec un E, S-E, X, masculine, feminine. So that's the rule. So we learn these. These are ways to describe someone. So if I want to say, you could say, je suis énergique aussi, but you could say, je suis doux. I am gentle. So, let us do this lesson. Where'd it go? Okay, right here. Let us do this one right here. Translate to French. So we're going to be working on a new skill today. We're going to be translating. So this is an important skill to have if you are a French learner because it helps you go back and forth between your langue maternelle, your mother language, and the target language. So, so I will tell you how to say some of these things because we've learned some of them. So my best friend is amazing. So we have the character trait up above. We just need to know how to say my best friend. Mon. This all depends on if it's masculine or feminine. Meilleur ami. The reason why I put an E right there is because it could be a girl. And mon meilleur ami est, because we're using the verb être, and we conjugate it in the il, elle form. And how do we say amazing? Génial. And then we're just going to leave it génial. Now, I cannot input that accent. It doesn't let me, so there's an accent aigu over the I. De. My parents are mean. So we don't have one parent, we have more than one. So what is it? Is it mon, ma, ou mes? Mes parents. Now, the reason why we agree things is because adjectives in French, they have to agree in gender and or number with the subject. So if you look at this, word, if you look at this subject, so what is the subject of this sentence? My parents are mean. Parents is the subject, right? We have the verb, which is are, and we have the adjective, which is mean. So we have my parents, more than one parent, so we have to agree. Mes parents sont, because we're using être, and sont is the third person plural. And then how do we say mean? Méchant. M-E-C-H-A-N-T-S. Now, très bien. Now there's an accent aigu over the first E. Très bien. I have very proud cousins. So how do we say I have in French? J'ai apostrophe à eux. Très bien. J'ai des cousins très fiers. Now usually people, this is the rule in French, usually if there's a group of 999 women and one man, the men take the gender. So that's the reason why I'm not putting F-I-E-R-E-S or E, because there's usually boy and girl cousins. So I'm just taking this from a different standpoint. So j'ai des cousins. This is generalized. This is generalized. They're not talking about specific cousins. So that's why I put des cousins. J'ai des cousins, and then très is an adverb, so you have to put the accent grave. J'ai des cousins très fiers. I have very proud cousins. Très bien. Numéro 4. I love my lazy dog. J'aime ou j'adore. How do we say dog in French? Mon chien. Très bien. Paresseux. Sorry. Paresseux. Now the reason why I put paresseux, not paresseuse, is because chien is masculine. Mon chien paresseux. Très bien. J'aime ou j'adore mon chien paresseux. Lazy. Très bien. Et numéro 4, 5. Our cat is very talented. Notre. We put notre because that's the stress pronoun. Notre chat est très How do I say talented again, remember? Doué, très bien. Doué. Très bien. Très, très, très bien, tout le monde. You could also say talentueux. Talentueux, that's also a good way to say it. There's many ways. Wait, I just cannot, I was trying to figure out how to put the accents on because they're important, but that's okay. So, bon. So that's really it. So this is our little quick lesson that I have planned for today. So today's lesson, we worked on traits de caractère, which are very important in French. It's ways to describe people, just like in English, except the only difference is in English, we don't agree them. The only time we would kind of agree them is if it's plural, but that just kind of depends on the sentence. So bon, so we learned let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We learned 16 nouvelles mots. We learned 16 new words. Nouveau mot, sorry. I haven't had my coffee this morning. We learned 16 new words. These are very important words. You can learn them. We also translated from English to French, which is a very important skill to have. We looked at some vocabulary like best friend, my parents, cousins. This is stuff we learned way back when. And we learned a stress pronoun our. A lot of people know notre from Notre Dame. Notre Dame in France, the beautiful church that burnt down. Notre Dame, that means Our Lady. Church, the church. L'église de Notre Dame, the church of Notre Dame, Our Lady, basically. So yeah, so we worked on translating between English to French. We learned these new vocabulary words, and that's really it. And we learned that adjectives have to agree in gender and number with the subject. That's a very important thing to remember in French. Unlike English, adjectives, they have to agree in gender and number with the subject. A lot of other Romance languages like Spanish and Portuguese and Italian, they do the same. So it's very important to know this, that you have to remember. So like, for example, if I was talking about my friend Amy, mon amie Amy est paresseuse. You have to put S-E at the end. You cannot put E-X, E-X, because that doesn't make sense. It doesn't agree. And people who read that won't understand it fully. They'll understand the idea, but they'll just think your French grammar isn't that good. So yeah, French grammar is very hard, can be very tricky, but you have to keep up with it and you have to keep at it, basically. So bon, so that's really all I have planned for today. I hope that you enjoyed my lesson today, and I will see you mardi prochain. I had to think. Oh, it's almost the weekend. It's almost the weekend, you know, we're almost there. Oh, okay. All right, tout le monde. Merci beaucoup, merci bien. Et je vous verrai ce mardi. Au revoir. Oh, also, before I hang up, I want to remind you of this. This is coming up. La Charla. If you go into rolalang.com, you can sign up for La Charla. We have a page dedicated to it, what it's about and everything. It's a fun little Spanish conversation group. It costs $5, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a fun time. So yeah. So that's really all I have planned for today. I hope that you will have a great day today. J'espère que vous passerez une belle journée aujourd'hui, ou une bonne journée. Ça m'est égal. Et je vous verrai ce mardi. Au revoir tout le monde. Ciao, ciao.